For the moment at least, the Dereham caravan has come to the end of the road. Campbelltown on the outskirts of Sydney will be the last one-night stand before the show goes into mothballs. It's another packed house, a tribute to a writer most of these people hardly know, and to the young actor who's brought his life and work to a new audience. Before the final curtain up, John Dereham snatches a quick tea and honey to soothe some overworked vocal cords, and this time to reflect on the personal rewards of his unique theatrical venture.
The overall highlight is simply that the show has worked, doing what I hoped it would do. And that's reinstate Dennis as the quality writer that he was, not the sort of joke that a lot of people thought he was.
Were you taken seriously when you were first working on the idea?
No, not really. I was rejected in many ways from sort of the subsidised bodies who ought to have assisted, to their subsequent embarrassment, and also theatres. A couple of theatres, you know, rejected it. They thought it was well, it was just typical of the way he was treated critically in his lifetime, so it was only fitting, I suppose. But that is the highlight, the success in overcoming that and changing it.
I really don't know yet if I've succeeded in doing what I've tried to do in this series. I have tried to tell a common but very beautiful story in coarse language, to prove, amongst other things, that life and love can be just as real and splendid to the common bloke as to the cultured. I've tried to deal with primitive passions and phases that occur in every man's life. And I have tried to show the poor blind snobs that beautiful thoughts are quite possible amongst the vulgar whom they affect to despise and pity.
These words were written by C.J.Dennis himself to explain why he created the Sentimental Bloke. As Dereham acts them out, he seems to be asking for a more sympathetic understanding of the man who gave us our most durable literary characters, and yet was never considered to be a writer of much artistic merit. Dennis died in 1938. The Prime Minister of the day, Joe Lyons, said the writer had built a unique place in Australian literature. But it wasn't a happy end. In fact, Dennis died a rather sad little man after years of battling the bottle. The Sentimental Bloke, on the other hand, lived happily ever after. Of course, he won the hand of Doreen, and for their honeymoon they took a train away from the city slums to a little place in the country where they'd finally settle down and have a family.
Doreen and me precious bit of fluff, me own true wedded wife, and we're alone. She seems so frail and me so big and rough. I don't know what this feeling is that's grown inside me here that makes me feel I own a thing so tender, like I fear to squeeze too hard for fear she'd break. Then with a moan, I start to hear a coot call, "Tickets, please." You could have outed me right on the spot. I was so rattled when that porter spoke. For strike them tickets, I had fair forgot. But he just laughs and takes it for a joke. "We must excuse," he says, "new married folk." And I pays up and grins and blushes red. It shows how married life improves a bloke. If I'd been single, I'd have punched his head.
For John Dereham himself, the tour is finally over, and it's been a rich and rewarding experience. Soon he'll be back in the hurly-burly of radio and TV, a far different world of comedy from this one of 50 years ago. But in the words of the Bard of Talangi, life mooches on.